So when it comes to the first episode of The Doll Factory, it begins with you having reasons to be curious, especially when you meet these eccentric kind of characters, but it leaves you yearning for more as it doesn't necessarily present an initial hook of any notable kind. So to summarize the first episode, which is honestly not that hard, Iris and Rose work for Mrs. Salter at her doll emporium. Iris focuses on painting the faces, and Rose helps with other things in the shop, whether it's painting faces, putting dolls together, etc. But one of the things Rose doesn't do that Iris can is go out, do shopping and all that while Rose is not someone who just stays inside all day. Because she had a case of smallpox when she was 16, she has now not necessarily become a recluse, but has definitely gained some inhibitions that keep her from being fun and flirty. As you can see, Iris is in the pursuit of wanting to be soon. But one of the challenges for Iris is she lives in a time in the London area, maybe London outskirts, where a woman's reputation is very much something that's fragile. And considering that Mrs. Salter is old school and she's definitely worried about whatever the girls do affecting her business and also her reputation, they have to keep that in mind with anything they do. And when it comes to Iris, being that she's starting to attract the attention of the eccentric man named Silas, who's a taxidermist who has a museum of oddities, alongside an artist named Mr. Lewis Frost, needless to say, this love triangle can badly affect her reputation, especially because, as shown by Iris catching her having an intimate moment with us, as shown as Rose catches Iris having an intimate moment with herself, Iris is definitely in that mindset where she wants to be touched and have intimacy, and the pursuit of it can potentially destabilize her life. So, in terms of review, we're very on the fence when it comes to the first episode, and I would even say in terms of what this series may offer. And that's because, yes, there is a certain interest that can be derived from the show, especially because it's a period piece, but Iris's curiosities match with Silas's eccentricities, and then Lewis potentially being a very attractive person who's also dangerous. It feels very familiar, but just now in a maybe 1800s, 1700s period piece. And while yes, it is interesting to see a little black dude named Albie who's being raised in a brothel with his sister who's a sex worker, I don't know. Like, I get that there's this factory which possibly has it where women are getting hurt and killed, and there's the possibility that Silas could be somebody whose interest in Iris is based on an obsession he had with some other woman who knows what happened to them, but there's potential here, but there's just a need to question, is it the kind of potential that is worth your time, especially considering all else that's out there? Hence why I'll say, overall, I wouldn't say The Dollhouse Begins as an instant must-watch type of miniseries. It does present a certain level of intrigue that makes you want to go beyond the first episode, but it's definitely the kind of show where I think after episode 2 or 3, you'll probably know whether or not you really want to continue or not, because it might be more so of a niche type of miniseries than it is one that is for just a general audience.